The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor. The months following the disasters of 1965 were a very mournful period for us. It took some time for us to recuperate after dealing with the loss of multiple colleagues and a very close friend. The Farquhar branch lost substantial tourism revenue after the death of its flagship engine, and Sir Topham was hesitant in looking for another engine so soon, not just for the branch line, but the main line as well. And I'm sorry to say that when he did, its replacements were not the friendliest.
Not bad, I've seen worse. At least you're all clean. What's that supposed to mean? It's not your fault, but your controller should really consider getting more modern engines like us.
Oh, shush, Patrick, let them be. It's their railway after all.
Not for long. After my performance, all these crockpots will finally be put in line for the cutter's torch.
Like that'll ever happen. You are aware that BR implemented steam diesel conversion for non-faceless steam engines.
So what? That doesn't make you one of us. And even if that were the case, how long until a powerful engine like mine won't be able to fit in your boilers without a significant rebuild? I'm sure you wouldn't want to give up your looks for the state of progress. Oh, can it already? At least we care for our trains. If anything happens, you just sit there and moan for a fitter.
James is right. We bring our trains home, if only on one cylinder.
Nothing ever happens to us. We are reliable. How rude!
You asked for it, now shut up! The next few days were very stressful, having to deal with the snide remarks from our visitor. The Class 40 complained dreadfully about the goods work he was assigned to. While he did perform well, he would indeed care little for the trains he was given. He would let his frustration out on the trucks by bumping them recklessly, thus never giving him the approval of handling coaches while on trial. That would be given to another engine, a BR Class 35 named Bear. He was a very friendly sort in that he had no problems working alongside his fellow engines, whether they were steam or diesel. However, despite his performance, there were some setbacks.
Are you alright, Bear? That's quite the sound coming from your engine.
I know, but it can't be helped. I've had this roar since the day I was built. The lads back at the works said they couldn't find the fault and left it be since it didn't cause any performance issues.
Aye, I could see why it might frighten someone too. I noticed a few passengers leaving the station thinking something bad was about to happen.
Phew, not the first time, but I can't blame them either.
I think you should get this problem sorted out at our works up at Croven's Gate. I swear, those men are gods in their work when it comes to repairing engines. Hey, we have Mr. Hall to thank for that.
You really think they'll be able to fix my engine problem?
I'm confident enough to say that I don't think so. I know so. Are you also confident enough that you'll keep on time with that express of yours if you keep chatting about?
Like you would know how to keep to time.
This is the third time you've been late this week. Oh, please, like you've never been late before. If I was the one with the express, I'd be on time no matter what, and be early too.
That'll be the day.
The nerve of that engine. What is going on with the new ones these days? The minute they show up, they act like they own the place. Let's just be glad we'll likely never have to endure him and Frank at the same time. Oh, Lord, what kind of a cruel joke is that? I got another one if you got the time. Does it involve me? Well, don't.
Really? Yep. And you lot are fine with it? It was bound to happen eventually. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of it, and neither are the others, but if we're to continue running the line with this new flow of tourists, then we've got to. That must be really tough on you, but it takes a lot to look past your feelings for the sake of your work. I'm just hoping he's a hard worker and the friendly sort, so Topham said he would be arriving today. Here he comes! Hello there, is this Elsbridge? Yes it is, and you are? The name's Stepney. I've been brought to help with the passengers on your branch line. Yes, that's right. All right then, when can I start? You see those coaches in that siding over there? Those are Annie and Clarabelle. You'll be taking them down to Farquhar as a test run. Annie and Clarabelle? You mean... Oh, so you're aware of... Yes, I am, and I'm terribly sorry for your loss. I can't imagine what you guys must be going through. Did you two ever meet? No, sadly, but he was a good man from what I was told from those books. You heard about him from the Railway series? Kind of hard not to. Those books have been big hits all over the world with children and enthusiasts alike. It almost feels wrong for me to be here to take his place. Don't be too hard on yourself. The others and I knew this was bound to happen someday, whether it was you or another engine. I suppose. I'll be on my way then. That was uncomfortably awkward, true, but how else would you act finding out you're replacing an engine with as big of an impact as Thomas? I can't believe you're really here. It feels like it's been ages. How have things been on the other railway? They've been better. BR started producing flatbeds for shipping containers. They can carry lots more than regular vans ever could. Only problem is they're double the weight, which puts a lot of shunters like us out of work. Leave it to British Railways to sack honest hard workers. Is that how you ended up here? Yes, I was relocated to several yards around the country. Each one became more and more packed with trucks until they were too big for me to handle. Eventually, I ended up catching the eye of Sir Topham. He thinks I can turn the Farquhar branch back around, but I'm not too sure myself. Nonsense! I know you're a hard worker, Stepney. The Fat Controller couldn't have chosen a better engine to assign to the branch. That's very kind of you, Duck, but I don't think the passengers feel the same way. What's it been like? I'll be honest, I'm surprised not more people call for their money back on the spot, but I can tell from the unamused looks on their faces that they aren't exactly happy with my presence. Other than that, it's been smooth sailing so far, and everyone's been so kind too. That's good to hear. I think you'll need time to settle in for the passengers to gain your trust. They can't exactly trust an engine they've never seen or heard of before. I guess you're right, but all the same, it doesn't put me at ease. If only Mickey were still here, he'd be a huge help right about now. Who's Mickey? He was the chief of the Sodor Fire and Rescue Service. If any one of us were dealing with our own problems, he would come and sort things out. Are you talking about Mickey? Oh, hello, Edward. Yes, I was just explaining to Stepney how Mickey would console us if we were dealing with a problem. I think you should try talking to Derek about it. Is he the long green diesel with the yellow ends? Yes, he also works for the Fire and Rescue Service. He told me recently he started taking up counseling like Mickey. Beg pardon, Edward.
Not that I don't trust Derek, but I don't know if he's certified. Do you think he'll be as patient as Mickey? It's worth a try. Don't forget, he worked with Mickey before he died. Perhaps he taught him some things. We've never asked him before. All right, I'll ask him next time I see him then. Gotta get these trucks back to the branch now or I'll be late. Good luck. You're doing just fine, Stepney. Cheers. Edward, can I ask you something?
What is it, old boy?
Beg pardon, but I'm just surprised at how well you've let on to Stepney, considering he's, well...
Yes, I know, but I'm not going to hold anything against him. That would be unfair. I think enough time has passed for this to not hurt as much. I remember I felt the same way about Samantha and Peckett when they arrived. I think Stepney will be a vital asset to the railway in due time.
You really think so?
If my approval doesn't convince you, you can always ask Toby if he feels the same way. In fact, Sir Topham actually asked us if we were okay with this proposal. We both agreed it was time, as it would have been unfair to the others still working on the branch line to work for nothing because of what it would have meant to us. Hope that answers it for you. I best be off now. See you later, Duck.
Bye, Edward.
Oi, look down there. They're playing an old game of cricket.
Lucky for us the signal is red. We can catch a bit of the game.
Time out, lads. Excuse me, driver, could you move, please? The last few trucks of your train are behind the bowler's arm.
Oh, sorry.
Will this do? That's good. Thank you. Stop! Wait! Come along, come along. Our one and only ball. Now what? We go after it, that's what. We'll take my car.
Are you sure? I don't think she'll be able to catch up at her age.
She's got to if we want to continue the game. Come on. Wake up, Caroline!
Who? Done already?
No, Sean hit out and the ball landed in a leaving train.
Oh, you're joking, right?
I wish. Now start up. The chase is on.
That silly train ran into a hole, so we can't catch it. Now Master will have to be sensible and go home now.
Don't think I'm giving up yet. You're climbing that hill.
Are you serious?
Come on, Caroline. The last station is just over this hill. After that, you can take a rest.
I sure hope so after what I've just been put through.
You said the third truck from the van? Yes, I believe so.
All right, let me see then. Why, bless me, there it is. Oh, I'm terribly sorry for the misunderstanding. We thought you were taunting us.
That's all right, you couldn't help it. Now we must get back quickly. Come on, Caroline. Caroline?
Is she all right?
No, they found she had mental fatigue. Her owner pushed her too hard after chasing my train so they could get their cricket ball back.
Is that really the reason? I just thought Mavis was joking.
Yes, it's true. I can't believe a simple misunderstanding might cost someone their life. What have I done? The next few days were very hard for Stepney. The media was soon to spread this story around the island, and it didn't help how the headlines read as they usually did, overly dramatic and attention-seeking. Whenever passengers visiting the branch saw Stepney, they would actively shout insults at him. One even suggested something I won't repeat, but shook him down to his frames. This soon caused a lot of passengers to start taking the roads over rail. It got so bad that Sir Topham temporarily reassigned Stepney to the yards at Knapford so that no one could berate him. Despite his position, his switch around would surprisingly work out for the better one day on July 21st, 1966.
Finally! Thank you, sir. You won't regret this.
I sure hope so. Just remember, I'm only letting you do this once because Bear is still held up at the works. He should be out later today, so no record breaking or anything reckless. Understand?
Understood, sir.
Good. An inspector and some workmen will come shortly to look you over before you're ready, so be on your best behavior. Good day.
Got any word on Caroline yet?
No, I hope she's okay though. All I can think about is her condition.
If only there was something we could do to make things right for her.
We'll have to be quick then. I'm sure the people don't want me around any longer.
It's disgusting how people have been treating you. You have one silly little incident and they blame you for putting Caroline out of action. If anything, it should be her owner who should get all the blame. Pushing a car that old to its limits. No wonder she's in the state she's in.
Even if that were the case, I still shouldn't have sped up. We probably could have stopped before the tunnel and just given the ball back then and there. So I'm still at fault.
Typical of you steamies to have complications over the silliest of things, like cricket balls. Did you hear something, Stepney? Must have been the wind. Yes, the winds of change. Look at me, Duck and Stepney. Now I'll show you something. Oh, bollocks! Ho, ho, ho! Oh, my, Patrick! I see the winds of change certainly got to you! Ho, ho, ho!
There's my hat. You've sucked it through your air intake.
I sucked it? It was the wind that blew your hat off. Why would I do this intentionally?
Oh, bother your hat. We have a dead diesel and a heavy train that's due out. You'll have to take it, Duck.
Me, sir?
I'm afraid so. You won't make express time, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Can I help him, sir? Are you sure, Stepney? I don't want one of you two to overdo it on the way. I need your very best for this task. We'll both give it our all. Right, Duck?
Right.
All right, then. I shall go make the arrangements. See you two at the station in 10 minutes. Please take on plenty of coal and water before you arrive. Good news. I've arranged for Gordon to take over halfway, so take the train there. Never mind about being late. Good luck. Don't worry, sir. We'll get there, and be early too. Let's hope so.
you're early. That's one in the headlamp for old Diesel. Have you heard the latest? Patrick sucked the inspector's hat into his air pipe. That's why he broke down. Really? Oh, that is rich. Out of date, are we? Come on, Stepney. Let's go get ourselves refueled before we head back.
All right. Wow, I tell ya, I haven't had a good long run like that in a long time.
Glad you enjoyed yourself then.
Morning, Duck.
Morning, Derek. I'd like you to meet Stepney. He's an old friend of mine.
Oh, hello there. Pleased to finally meet you. Likewise, the others have told me all about you. Same with you. I'm surprised about all that's happened to you these past few days. If you need any counseling, you can come see me here. Thank you. I was wondering if now would be a good time if you don't mind. Of course, come with me. Whatever those two engines talked about that day must have done wonders on Stepney's mind. Word soon spread about how Stepney and Duck saved their train. Everyone was surprised at Stepney's heroism and decided to apologize to him, especially the people along the Farquhar branch. As for Caroline, she had undergone treatment for her mental fatigue, and I'm pleased to say she made a full recovery. Once she did, she was sold off by her owner since he used up all of his money to fix her, fully admitting he wasn't satisfied with her performance anymore. In a surprising turn of events, Stepney's driver bought her and now takes him to work every morning. There the two would probably introduce themselves, start over, and form a good long friendship. I'm also pleased to say Bear also had his engine troubles fixed at our works, and he would later become our new heavy goods engine. As for Patrick, he was fixed up at the works and sent straight back to the mainland. The strange part is, no one's seen him since, but I hope wherever he is, he's a changed engine now. Stepney soon got accustomed to life on Sodor, and from that day onwards, he's been a really invaluable engine to the railway. Out of all the things I've told you today in this story, I think my personal favorite bit of it is the fact that none of it was actually real. It was entirely fictional. And the best part? First draft. Fuck you, Hemingway!
We're no strangers to